Right, again, thank you for joining us for this class today, Financial Literacy. If you have not done so, please put your name in the chat for attendance purposes. And also, if there's any information that we need to send afterwards, we can contact you that way as well. So please put your name in the chat for us. Again, welcome to Financial Literacy. Today, we're talking about saving and budgeting, tools that can help for anybody interested in the trades and for their apprenticeships. So today we'll discuss saving money, managing money, and the most important, developing a budget. Financial literacy is defined as the ability to understand and to make informed judgments and to take effective actions regarding the current and the future use and management of your money. So that includes your buying choices, life issues, which includes housing, healthcare, day-to-day necessities, and living with the mentality that I will be debt-free. So for a brief discussion, let's just talk about what we feel like the definition of money is, or what money means to us. Who would like to start that off for us? What is money to you? How do you define money, or what does money mean to you? Anyone like to join in? Open discussion.
Money is the ability to do what you want, basically.
Okay, all right, so good. Sounds like a little bit of freedom there. When you have enough money, you're free to do as you please. What does money mean to you?
I think money is a tool that can be used for the right reasons.
Okay, absolutely, absolutely. What would some of those right reasons be?
To build, to sustain, to educate, to further provide. But basically, just America, there's a lot of things that money just really has will fall short from.
Yeah,
a lot of folks don't know that though, but I do.
Absolutely, absolutely. It can be a great provider, provision, but it can also be a great hindrance to us too if we don't have the knowledge and the wisdom to use it properly. So very good, very good. Thank you for that. Anyone else? All right. So the definition of money, money is a medium of exchange. Money is used as bartering, a way for people to exchange goods for services. That was one of the reasons money was created. And like gold or other precious metals, money has value. Let's talk about some of the reasons why it's important to save money. We all know that life is unpredictable and emergencies can be a constant thing. So having an emergency fund is an important reason to have money saved. Retirement, we don't want to have to work into our late years, 70, 80, 90 plus. We want to be able to retire at a decent age, and having a retirement fund set up with money set aside is an important reason to save. There's also investments, being able to earn interest on the money that you save. If you're somebody who likes to take vacations or have activities or outings, you want to be able to have enough money set aside to do those things, but also cover your expenses. Those expenses include cars, homes, repairs, anything like that. An important reason for saving money is potential college or schooling or any type of trainings needed, either for educational purposes or work purposes. And then just for the mental stability. It's a tough thing when you are in need of money and don't have it. then you find yourself in a desperate situation and trying to make ends meet or trying to provide. So it definitely provides a level of mental stability when we have enough money saved. The concept of pay yourself first. Paying yourself first means that when you receive your money from your employer or from any outside monetary source, you take some and you set it to the side for yourself. Before you pay a bill, before you give some away, you want to save and pay yourself. So if you're getting money from a 401k, somebody gave you some money for your birthday, when tax season roll around and that check looks real good, anything like that, any extra money outside of your paycheck, you want to make sure, and even the money that you get from your paycheck, you want to make sure that you're taking the time to set some aside for yourself first. What are some barriers to saving? One could be a lack of income. If we feel like our bills and our income are neck and neck, then there's really not a lot of room for us to feel like we can save when we don't have enough income coming in. Excessive debt, paying a lot of bills, paying a lot of things off. If we owe money to someone that we got a loan from, anything like that, always having to pay out is a barrier to saving. Bad habits, that's a big one. I think we've all been in a place where we've allowed ourselves to have some bad habits that brought our money and potential savings down. Bad investment, poor money management, family. You know, if you feel like, hey, I'm a cheerful person and anytime my family needs something or anytime an event's going on, I don't have a problem with sharing, giving, that could be a barrier to saving. Some people have, again, unexpected emergencies where, you know, the car breaks down or something's broken at the house or, you know, whatever happens, life happens. That could be a reason that our savings isn't up to where it needs to be. Medical expenses, and then again, also education and training. If you are someone that's trying to get into a trade or someone that's trying to get extra training for the job or you're trying to go to school, that costs money. So those are some reasons why saving can be a barrier for us. So let's look at the reality that comes with having a career in construction and why it's important to save. Our example here is Rob Anderson, 47-year-old union electrician. He lost his full-time job for over a year. He went from 40 hours a week down to almost 10 hours a week, if that. So his salary was decreased by 75%. Now, the following year, Anderson found a full-time job making almost double, but he had to survive and live for almost a year with a reduced salary. If we were in that same position, would we be able to survive and thrive? Or will we find ourselves in a tough spot because we were used to, you know, making that money, spending it, waiting for the next check, living check for check. That's how some people qualify. But if we don't save, if we're used to living check to check, then in the unions and in construction and career fields like this, if we lose our job, then we find ourselves in a tough spot. So let's just take a look at this chart. Think about what you'd be able to save from your current paycheck. What can you afford to save from each paycheck? 1%, 2, all up to 10, or even more. Find a percentage that works for you from what you're collecting now and find the best way to start to save. Nothing is too small, nothing is too big, but getting in the habit of saving will definitely set you up for success in the future. Again, here are some sample saving charts. Again, nothing is too small. So if you were to save just 25 cents a day for a year, you end up with $91.25. Now again, you know, that might seem small, but getting in the habit of saving, you be like, oh, 25 cents is nothing. Let me bump that up to 50 cents. Let me bump that up to $1. Let me bump that up to 10, 15, 20, $30. If you're able to save, go down all the way to the bottom. If you're able to save $500 a week for a year, you end up with $26,000. So it's not always the amount that you're saving, but it's getting in the habit of saving. Once you get into the habit of saving, then you can start to increase the amounts that you save. So even if you have to start with 25 cents, get in the habit of saving, get to $1, get to $5, get to $10, but make sure you're practicing the habit of saving. So think about it like this, either from what you're currently making or what you feel like you intend to make in the construction field. What's something that you feel like you could adequately save either daily or weekly to get your savings plans rolling? And I'll even go back to the previous slide so we can get a look. Again, open discussion. What do you feel like you could save right now or in the future? What would you like to save day to day, week to week, month to month to build your savings up?
Man, as much as possible. No doubt.
I'm sorry, say that again.
Oh, as much as possible with, within living means,
Yeah, yeah.
because if you're someone who's already naturally frugal, and doesn't really spend money on like what most people do, which is just having a good time. That's basically really what most people spend their money on is having a good time.
Yeah.
And if you live in a city like I do in Chicago, everybody always wants to have a good time everywhere. So you're gonna have to spend some money because things are pretty expensive in the city, And
Yeah,
a good time costs you some money. But if you
gotta
don't
pay to
really
walk
spend no
out your
money,
door.
you don't spend no money, you can
Yeah.
save the most that you can.
Yeah,
Damn, that really will benefit you. I like that example of
yeah,
how 500 for 12 months brought you to 26 grand. Man, that's an eye opener.
yeah. That's huge. That's huge. But again, like you said, it's that perspective. If you're more focused on having a good time, which we all would like to do, just depends on what you're willing to sacrifice.
That's right.
Are you going out daily, weekly, monthly, or are you saying, hey, I'm going to save my money this week, I'll go out next week, or I'll go out once a month, or what I mean, because as expensive as things are, it costs to go outside at any point, whether it's transportation, whether it's eating, drinking, doing whatever. It does cost to have a good time, but you have to see, you have to think about what priorities come first. Am I going to save, or I'm just going to enjoy the moment and not think about the future? Because that's what we're really setting up for, the future.
That's
All right,
right.
I gotta say, going out is not my biggest issue.
Okay.
Trying to have fun. My biggest problem is helping others. As much money as I give out,
Yeah,
I will have a lot if I will put that
yeah.
into savings instead of just,
What do you think it is when it comes to helping others? Is it just giving, or is it just not wanting to see people struggle, or?
feeling bad for them. Yeah, not wanting to see them struggle. But I gotta I'm starting to get better at it because I see
Okay.
it like people. My biggest thing right now, what I'm doing is I helping others with like if I see if they using drugs or yeah, they're not doing good with it. So why am I steady trying to help them? They're not doing good, trying to feed themselves and they hungry. I just gotta, that's, and I'm just start like, and I told myself like the money that people ask me for, I came up with a plan that I'm gonna just start. If I got it to give to them, and I will usually give it to them, I'm gonna just put that into savings.
Okay, that's a good plan. That's a real good plan. Yeah, and people too, they'll play on that kind heart, and they'll like, even if they're not doing anything beneficial with it, if they know you're gonna give it to them, they won't stop asking. So it's definitely on us to take that perspective of, let me put this money to good use and not pretty much throw it in a hole where nothing's gonna come from it.
Right.
Thank you all for that. That's really good. And even if it is a situation where somebody needs help, you could even create yourself a budget for helping others. Like, hey, I'm only going to help with this amount of money. And once that money is done, I can't help anyone for the month or for the year or whatever it is. But you don't want to put yourself in a hole extending to help others. And then you're going to end up needing help yourself.
Exactly. And then when that time comes, it's nobody. not even the people
Nobody.
you helped already. So that's why you get fed up and just gotta
Yeah,
come to an end.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. All right, so these are just some breakdowns of what money management is. Managing money is taking control of what you spend. It's investing our money wisely. It's avoiding expenses that appear to be something that you cannot afford. I know sometimes we see something and it's like, hey, we want it, we want it. We'll get to that in a little bit too, but it's like not extending beyond what you're able to do. Another big one is tracking our daily expenses. We can spend sometimes and not even realize, especially if we're swiping, we're not even realize how much is going out. So tracking exactly what we're spending daily. Learning how to create and use a budget. Making wise financial decisions. Putting away, again, emergency money just in case. And again, projecting, saving for the future. Let's discuss needs versus wants. I know sometimes these two can get mixed up, jumbled up, and it's like, man, I really need this, but is it really a need or is it really a want? Sometimes, we just have those things that we really desire, some things we've wanted for a long time, and it feels really urgent, feels like a need. But yeah, sometimes it's really a want disguised as a need. Transportation, utilities, cell phone bill, bottled water, the new LeBron James shoes. This list right here, this is a mix of needs and wants. So let's discuss the necessities of everyday living versus optional things. We'll say it's good, it's gratifying. Sometimes you want to reward yourself for all the hard work you're doing, but we also have to define clearly what's a need and what's a want. So I like to start off with this one. Is bottled water a need or a want?
That's a want.
It's a want. Okay. All right.
It depends where you're living too, because in Florida you got to buy water, my man.
Mhm.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'll say in 80 to 90% of the cases, it's a want.
It's
But
definitely a want, no doubt.
if you're in one of those areas where unfortunately the systems aren't proper and the water is bad, then it's a need. Yeah, for sure. Let's go with gym membership. Is that a need or a want?
That's a want.
Want?
Yeah, 'cause
Okay.
you can practice on your own. I mean, like exercise on your own. Like you don't have to go to a gym.
Okay. All right. Good. Good. Man, I think the Bears are going to do really good this season. So I might need those season tickets.
That's still a want.
It's a huge want.
That's a huge one. Right.
Huge.
Right. How about life insurance?
That's a need.
That's a massive need.
Massive need, absolutely. And you know what? A lot of people will take life insurance, car insurance, homeowners insurance, and they'll make that a need. They'll make that a want.
Wow.
They'll say, I want that, but hey, I might need this new computer first. Or I might need I got a big dinner, a birthday dinner I gotta go to. So we'll shift our needs out of the way for what we want sometimes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Absolutely. One more. Let's do yeah, how about a computer? Need or want?
That's a
It,
want.
That's a want? Okay.
it's a want, but depending on the situation,
Yeah,
it can switch over actually and become a need.
it
Mm-hmm.
can.
If you're running a business or you're in class and you broke yours or something happened to yours and now you need a new one, but then you got to juggle it, saying with like having to like pay other things, you got to have that. I mean,
But
sometimes
nowadays you can do everything from your phone because I
yeah,
do
that's
everything from
true.
my phone.
Mm. This is true. This is
And I
so
have a computer, but I still do everything from my phone.
yeah.
I got one too, but I can't do. There's some things I can't do on my phone. If I'm gonna design something for somebody, and I need the programs, to run off my computer with the proper specs and the right graphic card, I can't do it on my phone.
With a certain app you pay for, you can.
Yeah, but now I gotta pay extra money for an app. See, that's what we're talking about now. So we're talking about,
And for app,
trading
is
a
it a
bunch
need
of
or
stuff.
want?
Right.
So I guess this is another one of those percentages where it could be mostly one or the other, but if it's business related, if it's I can't do my work without it, or if I'm working from home or something like that, I'm probably gonna need a computer. But
Right.
other than that, if you just want the newest MacBook or you just want another Dell or whatever, just like I'm trying to upgrade just because, then it won't. So conditionally, it's a need or a want.
Conditioning. Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you all for that. Let's talk about budgets. A budget is a spending plan that will show you your income, the money you have coming in, and then all the expenses of the money that you have going out. It's developed by listing the most important items that you have to pay first. Money is also set aside for recreational expenses. We're not saying that you have to save everything all the time and you can't enjoy yourself, but we want to make sure that we are recognizing how much money goes into each category. So budgets are created for daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, or yearly monitoring. And here is an example of a budget. You got $1,800 coming in a month. So car notes, $350, car insurance, rent, cell phone, groceries, gas, electricity, laundry, dining out, church offering, all that comes to $655, $1,655. So at the end of the month, you have $145 left. Is there anything in this budget that we can adjust to give us some more net savings at the end?
Hell yeah.
Well, what's the first thing we can adjust?
Dining out.
Okay, I got one for dining out.
We could adjust
Dining
the
out.
gas,
It's half the rent.
Laundry.
Laundry? Okay.
Laundry is not bad.
Yeah, laundry is reasonable.
Are you guys going out to the laundromat, spending $45?
I mean, I have a washer and dryer, but going to a laundry for a month, like every 2 weeks.
That's for the whole month,
Right.
So that's all right. I can understand for a whole month. I like to have my clothes clean all the time, so.
You can buy about a 5-gallon laundry detergent for about $20.
And how much are you paying? How much are you paying for the machines and drying and everything?
Well, I mean, like I said, given that you have the machine, if you have the machine, all you have to do is buy the detergent. But I can see you spending $45 at the laundromat.
Yeah, I think this one is probably at the laundromat type of expense.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but we definitely. Did somebody say gas? Auto gas that could be trimmed down a little bit.
No.
Yeah, gas could be trimmed down a little bit. The groceries can be trimmed down a little bit.
But the gas, if you're working every day, no.
Okay.
If my commute's not that long, then yeah, that's conditional. So if your commute is long, then I'll understand that it has to be capped at that 75. But there's also alternative methods too to be able to make sure that I can if that's my goal is to save some, I'd have to go into trimming into that too, because it's wear and tear on the car that goes along with that.
Right. All that other stuff is important. The two that I will only cut is dining out and church offerings.
I was waiting for somebody to say church offering.
The church offering is a little high. I don't know why it's gotta be that high, but it's kind of high.
Okay. How much are we giving?
10%, of what you make.
This is true. So what would a reasonable church offering for the month be? So that's 4 Sundays a month.
50.
50. Okay.
Yeah. So I would say $25. I don't believe in church offerings. I mean, I have a pastor, but I don't even believe in going to church to believe in God, because I believe they get rich off the poor. I just honestly believe that.
Okay.
Unfortunately, yeah, too many.
Yeah. All right. No, those are all valid perspectives. And I think the biggest one we said to adjust was dining out, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
All right. So you could actually take some of that money, throw it in groceries if you need to, or just cut it out altogether. Cool. Well, thank you all for that. Again, being able to see things listed out like this, then you're able to go in and make adjustments. But if you're spending blindly without knowing exactly what's coming in, what's going out, then it's very hard to build up that savings that we need. All right, again, so a key component to budgeting is tracking our daily spending. Sunday through Saturday, each day, knowing what you're spending, what you're not. You'll probably see a trend too, because some people might spend more money on a Monday than they do on a Wednesday, or you might spend more Friday, Saturday, Sunday than you do the other days of the week. So seeing exactly what's going out every day is going to allow you to make those adjustments that you need, so you can build that budget up, build that savings up. Now, everybody doesn't have habits. Everybody doesn't have things that they are spending their money on outside of needs, but this is just a projection example to show you what could happen if you take some of the money that we might not account for and put it to good use. So it says John spends $300 per month going out to dinner. If he was to keep the same behavior for 12 months, he will spend $3,600. If he keeps the same behavior for 5 years, he will end up spending $18,000 just on going out to dinner.
Wow.
$18,000 just on dinner. All right, and that's $300 a month going out. Now, that might apply to somebody. Somebody might be spending $300 currently just going out to dinner a month. After 5 years, that's $18,000. Example number 2. Jerry and his friends go out for drinks every Friday. On a minimum, he's spending $100 every Friday. If he keeps the same behavior for a week, that's $400 a month. If he keeps the same behavior for 12 months, that's $4,800 a year. If he keeps the same behavior for 5 years, just on drinks, he ends up spending $24,000. And again, you can insert in here whatever you need to. Maybe you're spending $100 on, I don't know, candy, $100 on shoes, $100 on clothes, anything like that. But it's the behavior patterns of those things adding up from week to week, month to month, year to year, with the potential of wasting $24,000 or saving $24,000. Last example, Tommy always buys a new pair of LeBron James gym shoes every 4 months. The brand that he gets costs him $375. So after a year, he ends up paying $1,125 just for shoes. If he keeps the same behavior for 10 years, he ends up spending $11,250 on gym shoes. Just something to make you think. Once we get in the habit of doing something, we don't really think about it until we see it written out. So just think about possibly what habit do you have that could be in this same vein of, I'm spending this amount of money that I could be saving, but I'm not thinking about it. And it ends up being $18,000 after 5 years, $24,000, $11,000. Potential savings money that we're pretty much giving away. So any takeaways, any helpful hints, any practices that you might have? Let's just have a quick class discussion. What's something about money, saving, budgeting that is kind of crossing your mind right now, something that you might want to share out, or even some things that you picked up today?
Cutting down on some of them wants and start putting into savings.
Yeah. That's a real good one. That's a big one. But anyone else?
Yeah, I cut down on going out. I haven't like gone out for like about a year.
Okay.
You know? I mean, I'll pop up, say hi or something like that, but like to actually like go out the way I was going, because like for like 3 years straight, I was just like having a good time every night.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, even on a Monday and a Wednesday, I'm like, that's crazy. I didn't really recognize it, you know, until like I started to notice and do my expenses.
Yeah,
Hey,
and that's
even though
good.
I had it like that, I was
Hmm.
the point was like, you know, I'm a lot more intelligent than that. I mean, but how long do I really need to be like, you know, like keeping a run like this and just like just tossing my money away? And then
Absolutely.
when I started to like, you know, practice, you know, just like not going out no more, just relaxing and chilling and, you know, like being more conservative about everything, man, did my finances go way high. I just started looking at my accounts and I was just like dumbfounded and I was like tempted to like take a vacation. I'm like, you know what? Those years I was partying was a vacation, so I'm not even gonna do that. And
Yeah.
since then, you know, I've had a lot of money. I've done a lot of things. I've helped a lot of people. It
Yeah.
ended up helping more people. It turned out to be a blessing later on because my brother got in trouble, my
Yeah.
sister got in trouble in another state, like financially, and I was
Hmm.
able to help him and bring him out of the gutter on that, you know. And now I'm over here like, man, I need to see if I can get myself a job, you know, in a union in construction field somewhere,
Yeah.
and you know, start, you know, putting some of that money away too, you know,
Absolutely.
and get
Absolutely.
myself a nice little plan that can just like, because I'm gonna be young forever, you know.
That's true.
That's for sure.
That's true.
I don't got no girl to take all my money. So, so you know, I'm just I'm thinking about the future.
Yeah, and that's a big thing. It's good that you were able to see those benefits from those changed behaviors. And again, thinking about the future, it's only gonna put you in a good spot. So thank you for that. Anyone else?
One of the things that I had to learn was stop utilizing my credit card so much because of
Okay.
the finance charges
Mm,
that,
yeah.
you know, like you paying interest, but it's not going towards the principal. So I moved away from, like you said, being so swipe happy
Yeah.
and actually utilizing cash. And then that helped me get a better handle on what I was spending, because if I didn't have the cash or if it wasn't
Hmm.
in my bank account, like I would use my debit card more than my credit cards. And
Okay.
so that helped scale with what was a need and what was a want. So if I didn't have the money in my actual bank account where it was cash,
Yeah.
then I would have to put it back because I didn't want to swipe my credit card. So that was one of the
Right.
things that helped
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. That's a principle of delayed gratifications. Like if I can't get it right now, putting it on that credit card, like you said, is only gonna hurt you a little bit more in the long run. So that's definitely a good habit of building right there. Thank you.
Yeah, and I also didn't like being embarrassed, like when it was declined. So it was like, well, I
Mm.
need to get a handle on what I'm spending. So it would, you know, you don't pull out all those credit cards like, okay, try this one, try this one, try this one. It's like, no,
Yeah.
girl, you need to get it together. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't think nobody liked that feeling at the register. So, all right. Anyone else?
I just wanted to tell everybody, thank you for this opportunity, even though I didn't do too much talking. Listening to everybody was a big uplift. You guys have a good day, okay?
Hey, thank you. We really appreciate you being here, and for everyone, thank you for attending this class. You guys really made this class what it is. Your participation, your inclusion. So, thank you so much. Again, reach out to us if you need anything, or if you would like some more information, or any way that we can be a help or service to you. So, thank you guys. You have a great day, and hope to talk to you soon.
Everybody have a good day. God bless.
All right, y'all.